Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki.
Hare Krishna, Sitaram, everyone. So I'd like to thank my Purchandidaya Prabhu for that very melodious chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this time I wish to take the opportunity to acknowledge various devotees, members of our community. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge Pandit Rudranath Sharmaji and his family. Also, we have Prabhu Budnarang, Sri Narang ji, Uncle Patrick, Mr. Parmesar ji, and many other dear friends, devotees, family, well-wishers of our congregation, of our community here in Georgetown. I also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge everyone who are participating, who are joining the program via our various online platforms. Welcome, and we do hope you will enjoy this morning's satsang. So we'll be continuing with a few more minutes of chanting, and we would like to request the Grandpita, or the grandfather of Harikirtan Prabhu, His Grace Aniruddha Prabhu, to lead us in chanting. So the Maha Mantra, Prabhu will lead, and all of us will get the opportunity to chorus and chant together as one family. And we can clap our hands, and chanting is a way we can express our sincere call for the Lord's mercy. Shri Ram, Shri Krishna. So let us take advantage whilst we are all here to bring our minds together, our hearts, and call out in the names of the Lord. Over to Aniruddha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Sri Rama, Jai Ram, जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय
राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai.
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari
Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai.
Vipra Denu Sura Samtahita Linga Manuja Avatar Nijai Chanimi Te Tanu Maya Gunajopa Nijai Chanimi Te Tanu Maya Gunajopar Siya Vajrama Chandra Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Siya Vajrama Chandra Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu.
Jai Shri Ram.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you very much, Aniruddha Prabhu, for his kirtan is usually very, very ecstatic, and it captivates everyone, and that is what it means. He has been doing kirtan for for a few decades now. So whenever he chants, it captures everyone's attention. So let me take this opportunity this morning to formally welcome each and every one of you who are here at the ISKCON of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center for today's very, very special Sunday Love Feast. I also wish to acknowledge and welcome everyone who are joining via the virtual platforms. I see present we have Pandit Rajesh ji, Pandit Rudra ji. We also many other special devotees, friends, well-wishers. I see Shriman Kaulisarji at the back. And devotees from our ISKCON community from Barbies, from the West Coast, from Georgetown, East Coast area. So welcome everyone. So today I have the privilege, the honor to be your master of ceremony, and I would like to begin by first of all giving you a highlight of why we are all here and what has been happening, over the last few days. So this is actually a series of Ramayana Katha that was organized specifically to honor and celebrate the 50th birthday of our dear Visakha Mataji. Mataji is sitting right here. And the mood of this Ramayana series, it's a 4 days Ramayana Katha series. And the mood here is to seek blessings, to pay gratitude to their lordships, Sri Ramachandra, Sri Krishna, for allowing Mataji to be engaged in their services over so many years. Of course, Mataji as well as her family. So beginning from last Thursday, our first session was held at the Good Fortune Vishnu Mandir on the West Coast. And it was wonderful, a lot of turnout, a lot of kirtan, bhajans, wonderful prasad, and most of all, very, very enchanting, very, very special nectarian pastimes and lessons from the Sri Ramayana, Valmiki's Ramayana, and from the Sri Ramchartamanas. And last Friday, the Ramayana Katha was held at our new Kulinigram temple, that's in Williamsburg, Barbies. So I'll just give you a quick recap of what was discussed throughout these Ramayana Kathas. The first night, that was at Good Fortune Mandir, we heard from the Sundarkand and the journey of Hanumanji, how he flew over the Indian Ocean in search of Mother Sita, and what are some of his activities during his presence in Lanka. On Friday evening, we heard from His Grace Harikirtan Prabhu at New Kulinagram Temple. He spoke about the dedication, the sacrifice of various characters, various devotees within the Ramayana, such as the life of Jatayu, the devotion of Mother Shapari, and so forth. And last evening, we were at our ISKCON Shri Shri Gauranitai Ashirvad Mandir, the Hare Krishna temple in Crane Old Road. And we heard last evening a little of the pastimes from the Ayodhya Kand, specifically the aspect that is very, very emotional, that carries a lot of emotion. Ramayana is full of emotion, but if we look at the episode of Dashrath Maharaj and where he's been, instructed by Mother Kaikeyi been influenced by Mantar and so forth, he's been instructed or he's been asked to fulfill some wishes of Mother Kaikeyi. So I'm sure for those of you who were with us for the last 3 days, you would have gained a lot to be together and to be engaged in hearing the Ramayana, in chanting Sri Ram's name, and generally to be in the company of the devotees. So this morning will be the 4th session, and it's being conducted here at the ISKCON of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center. So before we hear and before we get into the feature aspect of the program, which will be the Ramayana Katha, I'd just like to entice you a little with today's topic. Today's topic will be zooming in or focusing on one very, very special and important character within the Ramayana, and that is Bharat. So the topic for today's session will be Bharat, a true lover of Sri Ram. So before we get into the feature presentation, we would like to, as usual and as we have been doing over the last few evenings, within this session, we have been hearing from various individuals, various devotees, friends, well-wishers, their thoughts, their wishes, their blessings, their encouragement for Mataji on her, as tomorrow she's going to observe her 50th birthday. And all these sessions are geared, as I mentioned, to offer gratitude to the Lord and to seek the Lord's blessings in, her future endeavors. So we would like to, at this point in time, to hear from a few individuals. And firstly, we would like to invite the mother of Visakha Mataji. We all know that Mataji, Mother Chaitanya, she likes to be on the forefront and, likes to speak a lot. But nevertheless, on this very, very special occasion, we are very happy, to hear from her. She have been a mother who have been very, very instrumental in raising and nurturing Mother Visakha in Krishna consciousness. So over to Mother Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna. Well, I don't know what I did in my previous board. I don't know what I did in my previous board to deserve such wonderful souls as my family. That is Visakha, Prabhupada Prabhu, Hari Kirtan, and Pritisha, and Archita. So I'm very blessed to have these people in my family, and I wish them all the best in their effort to serve Krishna. And I would like to, wish Visakha a happy birthday and many more to come. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mother Chaitanya. So Mother Chaitanya and Anirudh Prabhu, they all have been very, very dedicated members of our community, and they have started to serve in the Hare Krishna movement when the temple was all the way in Iflat on the west coast, one of the first temple, way back in the late 1980s. And along, throughout these years, from that time to now, they have rendered tremendous service, especially when it comes to deity seva, or pujari service, we would say, like behind the scenes, behind the curtains, bathing, taking care of the lords, bathing them, dressing them, making offerings, performing arti, garland seva, and so many other details. But we want to thank them very much, Anirudh Prabhu and Mother Chaitanya, for giving us, and the opportunity to have such a wonderful, exemplary Mataji, dear daughter, but she has grown and she has been very, very instrumental. I'm sure as we progress into the program, we will hear a lot more about her seva, about her commitment to the Krishna consciousness movement over the years. So at this time, we would like to next invite Shukar Rupa Mataji. She is the Dharmpatni of Visakha Mataji's brother, Madhava Krishna Prabhu, as she is going to speak on behalf of their family.
Hare Krishna, everyone. On behalf of myself and family, I would like to wish Mother Visakha, my sister-in-law, a happy, happy birthday. And may Sri Sri Radha Gokula Chandra bless her. May Sri Sri Panchatattva bless her. May Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra bless her so that she could continue to serve Guru and Krishna. I have known Mother Visakha for the past 13 years. I was like 7 years when I know her. I hear everybody talk about yesterday, they know her from iFlot. But I didn't know her from iFlot. I know her from Panyati, that the Sea Well Temple. Yeah, I was like 7 years old, and that was just a speck of her. Then I eventually lost her because we were living way down Mara. I don't know if you guys know the name Mara. So I get emotional. Then I meet her back at the age of 15 at New Kalinaram Temple. So she was, I hear everybody talk about her. She's an excellent cook. Indeed, she's an excellent cook. So I remember I was there and always eager to know about these vegetarian dishes, you know. She made the famous samosa. Yeah, and she has a special way that she will twirl it, it get a nice flip edge. So it was like Mother Vidamukhi and she at the kitchen preparing samosas for, I think it was Janamashmi. And they were so busy, right? And I was there, wanted to know how to, you know, create the frickle on the dough. And they weren't giving me any, you know, space or so. So I, you know, picked my way through and I see how she twirled the samosa. And today I'm doing that same as, you know, like her. And, you know, it's like something, you know, it carry you away, far away. And today I'm also cooking and the samosas, like people ask you, how do you get the edges like that? So I learned it from Mother Visakha. What else? There's many things. Oh, qualities. It's better to let a person know before it's too late, right? She possesses various qualities, but two I could highlight with her, she's very kind. And in terms of advice, if there is any difficulties in life and you want to advise, she gives the best advice. That's it. Hare Krishna. And thank you for being my sister-in-law.
Thank you very much, Shukar Rupa Mataji. So, over these days, you know, for us, when we hear the qualities and the devotion, the qualities of individuals of whom we are fortunate to have in our lives, you know, it is time for us, you know, to all be grateful. And many times we get busy with so many things that we do not recognize, we do not appreciate one another for who we are. But in these sessions, when we hear specifically about the interactions, and in this case, the example of Visakha Mataji, her interactions with devotees of our communities, how much they have to say, it's really, really heart-wrenching, heart-throbbing. So Visakha Mataji, throughout our ISKCON community in Guyana, and even extended, she has, for many of you, you might, you know that she has one son, and that is Hari Kirtan. But I would like to correct your understanding that she has many children across this country, boys and girls. And throughout her service, throughout her journey in Krishna consciousness, which had begun some 30 plus years ago, she would have served at our various ISKCON centers across the country, including IFLOT, Crane on the West Coast, New Panihati Temple that existed for some time in Sewell Village, Barbies. Then she moved back to Crane, and then from Crane to Georgetown here, where we are. So throughout these years, she has been, along with her husband, Prabhupada Prabhu, they have been very kind and very careful in nurturing and guiding so many young boys and girls. And amongst us this morning, I would like to invite Mayapur Chandradoya Prabhu, who was born in this movement, and he is one among several other boys and girls who were born and brought up in this movement, where persons like Visakha Mataji would have played key roles. Over to Mayapur Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Please, everybody chant on Mahamantra with me, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, today we are yet again, once again, honoring and asking for blessings of everybody to give to Mother Visakha on her special day. The special day is tomorrow, but we're still having a pre-celebration, so to speak. Tomorrow, hopefully we get to spend some time with you also, and you don't keep us out and have a private celebration. We have many boys and girls sitting here. I don't know if anybody here is going to come and speak after me, but on behalf of all of our boys and girls, I'm speaking for those who wouldn't come and speak. We'd like to thank Mother Visakha for being a mother to us. I'll tell you one line and then I'll tell you the other one. You have to listen both together, right? There are very few times where I've not felt like I'm actually Mother Visakha's son, right? And the few times might be when she takes him to India and stuff, but but you get the idea. We are always treated as equals to Hari. At least every time I've been in need, whether it be for some food, for a talk, anything, advice. I know I've always called on Mother Visakha. And usually, Prabhupada style, we go to him, there's a bypass. I think our easiest resort would be oftentimes Mother Visakha. Srila Prabhupada would have often told us that the closest thing we can experience to love of God, right? Which is why we are all going to temple, to know God, to love God. The closest thing in which we can experience the love of God is the love of a mother. Selfless. There's nothing she wouldn't sacrifice for you. Every single thing. And I've been staying in and around the temple since September of 2012. And I can tell you for sure that everything Mother Visakha has is also mine. I can literally walk into her home, pick up anything, walk out with it, and I think everybody can say the same. If there's anybody who can't say the same, please raise your hands. We're going to have to escort you out. But thank you, Mata, for being so close to us. Thank you for always showing us motherly love. Please continue to help us understand what love of God is by showing us what a love for a mother is to a child. And please continue to set a great example for all of the upcoming mothers and all of the ladies who would like somebody as a role model to follow. We have many role models in our lives. Srimati Radharani, Sita Devi, Mother Parvati, Mother Saraswati, Mother Lakshmi. But to honestly have a woman there present who we can follow, a role model there, she's not just a mother, she's also a businesswoman, she's also a temple leader, she's also a temple servant. She serves here in the temple in many different capacities. You can see her cleaning the kitchen, you can see her dressing the deities, and it's still the same. We'd like to thank you for being all of those things, and we really appreciate who you are to us. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Mayapur Chandraya Prabhu, for those few words. And again, we are hearing more and more of Mataji's seva, her dedication, her commitment over the years, around the temple. So it is my privilege now to introduce to you Hare Krishna. So let us all welcome and acknowledge the presence of our dear Dr. Vinya Prasad Mataji, who is our Honorable Minister of Human Affairs, Social Security. She's just entered and she's sitting in the back. I would like to introduce to you a very, very special, I will say, a young man amongst, and who, for many of us, we have the good fortune to interact, to have his association on a daily basis. And he was born to the parents of Prabhupada Prabhu Visakha Mataji in the year 2000. And in his childhood days, he spent his childhood days practically at the temple, our Korean Hare Krishna temple. That time, the temple was not constructed as yet. His parents were actually key members who led the construction of the Korean Hare Krishna temple. That temple was inaugurated in the year 2000, and Hare Kirtan, I believe, born just before the temple was open officially. In his childhood as well, apart from spending time in the temple and attending Korean nursery school, he would have spent some months by the home of his grandmother, Grandpita, and Rude Prabhu, Mother Chaitanya, in good fortune. When his parents moved to Georgetown, he attended the Dharmic Ramakrishna Primary School, and later on he went on to attend the Saraswati Vidya Niketan Swami School at CI on the West Coast. He would have performed well at the CXC level, and he furthered his education at the University of Guyana, where he graduated around 2020 or so with a degree, bachelor's degree in computer science, distinction. Apart from that, throughout these years, those are some long stretch of years, side by side with his academic education, he was very, very integrally involved in all temple activities, which includes festivals and so many outreaches, temple programs, and so forth. Within that time as well, probably at the age of 4, he embarked, through the good fortune of his parents, he got the opportunity to visit the holy dhams like Sri Vrindavan, Sri Mayapur, and many other holy sites in India. He also would have, taken various formal training within this time. And as a young boy growing up in this movement, he was always fascinated, and still is. One of his biggest fascination is kirtan, is performing and doing kirtan, playing the mridangas. For many of you, I'm sure, we all know Hari Kirtan, the boy who plays the mridanga, who chants on the harmonium. So, as long as I know him, he always likes kirtan. And he likes when other devotees perform kirtan as well. So, within the last 5 to 8 years or so, he has rendered many, many services, but I will just outline a few in the interest of time. For instance, anything to do with, the technical aspect in terms of PA system. He is the one that coordinates that all our live stream programs. He also, does graphics designing, where he designs all, posters for the temple programs and festivals and so forth. Not only that, he is part of our festival committee. Actually, during this time, he is the coordinator of our festival committee from last year coming to now. And he has been part of, festival organizing for many, many years. There are so many other areas which, he has been involved in. And, as this morning, we're gonna hear from him. Once again, he has conducted various presentations to various audiences from time to time. And currently, he works with his father's business, Dave's Promotional Products. And he works along with his father as the co-managing director for Deus Promotional. He got married, Harikirtan Prabhu got married in the year 2022 to Visakha Mataji. And just a fun fact, both of them were schoolmates, at least from high school. And also, just recently, like 3 months ago in March, Harikirtan Prabhu became a father. Now they have a beautiful baby girl by the name of Archita Madhavi. So, based on what we are hearing, we can safely say that Harikirtan Prabhu, I will say for a few years, and we heard it from senior members of our community last night at Korean Temple, that still many of our elder devotees, they're still amazed by his transformation, by the person that he has grown to become, at least up to this stage of his life. And it is, of course, that's only possible, and by the blessings of all the devotees, our various spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada, dear lordships, of course. Harikirtan Prabhu was formally initiated by our governing body commissioner of ISKCON in Guyana, His Grace Srila Virbahu Maharaj, a few years ago, and he would have received second initiation like 2 years ago as well. So overall, we can see that Harikirtan Prabhu, he is well brought up by his parents, and of course the wider community of devotees would have been instrumental in, assisting him in training and guiding him to become the wonderful youngster, the wonderful devotee he is today. Even to the extent that some devotees are even saying, and they are making it bold and to say that the Hare Krishna movement in Guyana is in safe hands, at least for the near future, when we think of individuals like Harikirtan. So this morning, we would like to welcome him, and as we will hear from him shortly, I would like to request everyone, we will all raise our hands and we'll chant 3 times Jai Shri Ram. For his elders, we would like you can bless him so that he can speak from the Sri Ramayana. And for us, all the youngsters, we can also give him our best wishes as he's going to deliver the feature keynote presentation for this morning. I just want to mention, he is very, very enthusiastic. In my opinion, in my mind, he is one of the live wires within our community here, if you want to put it like that. So let us all welcome him by loudly chanting 3 times. Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Thank you all very much. Over to Harikirtan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So it's a great honor to be able to be in your company, to speak the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. It is a great fortune, and it's something that we should not take for granted, to be able to glorify the Lord. And before I begin, I'll humbly like to beg the blessings of Panditji Rudra, Panditji Rajesh, Dr. Vindya, that's way in the back, and all the other assembled Vaishnavas, the senior Vaishnavas here, my parents and my grandparents as well, from both sides are here today. It's such a great honor to be able to present Ramayana. please do not feel that I've said this over the past 3 days. Please do not feel because I'm sitting up here and everybody else is out there that I am somehow in some better position. We are all equal in the sense that we're all servants of the Lord, and hearing about and glorifying the Lord has the same effect on our hearts. It purifies our hearts.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Yes, so hearing about and glorifying the Lord purifies our hearts. So before we begin, I humbly beg everybody to please join in a few prayers. We'll begin with Jairada Madhava and then Mangalacharana. If you're familiar, please join along. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya
Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari
Yashoda Nandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Jaya Braj Janaranjana
Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Kunja Vihari Yamuna
Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shri Radhe.
Jaya Sitaram, 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 Jaya Sitaram.
Jaya Sitaram, 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 Jaya Sitaram.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol.
Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol.
Shri Radha Madhava Saki ki jai, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So please join in a few invocation prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. And as is customary, before reciting the Sri Ramayana, we glorify Lord Shiva and Lord Hanumanji. Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayara Vinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayuta Mukhyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namah. Hare Krishna. So yesterday we were speaking about how Mother Keiki, coming under influence of envy, by the manipulation of Mantara, ended up having Lord Ramachandra leave Ayodhya. And that pastime is perhaps one of the more it's an emotional roller coaster for anybody who reads it. The details that are present within Valmiki's Ramayana and the Sri Ramcharitmanas are absolutely amazing. And that pastime is very instructive. We should not ignore it. We saw how envy can manipulate and how envious people love to spread their mental disease, basically. Keikei, when she went to Dashrath, we saw how envy makes the heart hard, makes you hard-hearted. She was oblivious to the pain of Dashrath Maharaj, who is her husband, not any ordinary person. When envy takes over the heart, one begins to lose the finer emotions of compassion and love. And therefore, we should guard ourselves very keenly from this quality of envy. It is actually the only quality, as we discussed, that cannot be used in devotional service. Maybe all other qualities can be somehow put into some part and can be used, but envy, not at all. And we highlighted how Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge begins by telling Arjuna, Idam tute guhyatamam pravakshyamya anasuyave. He says, I'm giving you this most confidential knowledge because you're my friend, but more importantly, because you are non-envious. That is the qualification. And one of the most important lessons we can learn from Mantara's episode is that we shouldn't talk about others, but instead we should talk with others. Right? Maybe we can repeat. We shouldn't talk about others, but we should talk with others. So we saw then how Lord Ramachandra does an amazing job of keeping his family together. He prevents Mother Kaushalya from thinking of Dashrath Maharaj as somebody bad. Prevents Lakshman from going against his own father. And he keeps the citizens of Ayodhya in check by allowing them to have faith and trust in Bharat. Inspires trust in Bharat in their hearts by his personal example. There's a verse in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in the Adi Lila, chapter 4, text 165. Atmendriya priti vancha tare balikam Krishnendriya priti icha dhare premanam. This verse gives the definition of what love is. We might all have different ideas about what love is, but Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita describes what actual love is. It says, Atmendriya priti vancha tare balikam. So anything that we do to enjoy our own senses, anything that is for me, I, me, and mine, for my enjoyment, not for the enjoyment of others, but for my enjoyment. I am the center of the universe. That is called lust. Just like we say we love pizza. But do we love pizza? No. We lust after pizza because that pizza gives us enjoyment. Right? Krishnendriya priti icha dhare premanam. Love is glorifying or satisfying the senses of Krishna, of God. That is actual love. And that singular verse, we'll see how Bharat perfectly exemplifies this verse of love to Lord Ramachandra, or love of God. We pick up the pastime when Lakshman, he just asked Lord Ramachandra, can I please go with you? And we saw last night how beautiful that interaction is. How Lord Ramachandra didn't want him to go with him, but while he was at the feet of Lord Ramachandra, crying tears, begging him to go, Lord Ramachandra was adamant, no, you can't go. He just looks at Mother Sita with tears in his eyes, looks up at Mother Sita with tears in his eyes, and immediately the Lord agrees. Srila Prabhupada often says that we can never attain the mercy of Krishna alone. We need the help of Srimati Radharani. We need the help of Mother Sita to attain the mercy of Lord Ramachandra. Otherwise, if we seek the Lord alone without Mother Sita, we'll end up like Shurpanaka. And Lakshman will have to come and cut our nose. Right? And if you want Sita without Lord Ram, then you end up like Ravana. Right? Lord Ramachandra will have to come and destroy you. And therefore, we glorify both Shiva and Parvati, Sita and Ram, and Radha and Krishna. So Lakshman, he goes to his mother because he's thinking, I have to convince her to let me go with Lord Ramachandra. When he goes to his mother, she does something very interesting. Do you know what she tells him? She says, you should see Lord Ramachandra as your father, Mother Sita as your mother, and see the forest as Ayodhya. And if there's any lacking in your service to Lord Ramachandra, you should help him in all respects. Consider that as your only duty. And if there is any lacking, I'll be totally disappointed in you. Just see the mood of his mother. What would the child be? Lakshman is absolutely amazed. And he's totally grateful. He then goes to his wife, Urmila. Usually, as Mother Sita said, the duty of a wife is to share in the joys and sorrows of the husband. Right? And her duty is to follow the husband in all respects. Mother Sita perfectly exemplified the role of a wife. But Urmila also did, in another respect. She thought that if I were to go with my husband, then he wouldn't be able to serve the Lord properly. He wouldn't be able to do his dharma. So I wouldn't be able to assist him in his duty. He'll have to worry about me, and he wouldn't get to serve the Lord properly. And so I wouldn't go. And instead, she stays back in order to help Lakshman in his service. So see how serving the Lord is a very dynamic thing. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's a very dynamic thing that comes from the heart. And so, this pastime, as we go forward, we'll see how these four brothers help us to elevate our emotions and teach us how to purify them and express them in the right way. Bharat isn't in Ayodhya at this time. He's actually at his grandfather's place in Kekeyadesh. Vashishta, after Dashrath Maharaj passes away, he puts the body of Dashrath Maharaj in a vat of oil to preserve him because there are no sons present to do the cremation ceremony, the final rites of Dashrath Maharaj. To preserve the body, he preserves the body in a vat of oil. And he sends several messengers to Bharat. And he tells them, don't mention anything about what happened in Ayodhya. And he gives them a very special, discreet message to give Bharat. Bharat, while in Kekeyadesh, had a most terrible dream. And when he woke up, he had a feeling. He told his brother, Shatrughna, I have a feeling something is either wrong with our father, Mother Kaushalya, or Brother Ram. When he sees the messengers in the morning, he knew something is up. By the body language of the messengers, he could tell that they're hiding something. But the messengers say something else. They say, you're invited back to Ayodhya, that your good fortune has arisen. Right? That is the message that Vashishta sends. Very diplomatic one. Because if anybody knew, it's diplomatic on many fronts. If anybody knew that Dashrath Maharaj, the king of Kaushal Desh, right, is dead, it has passed away, people will start having ideas, oh, we can go and attack now. But nobody knew. They had to keep this secret. So Vashishta, Sage Vashishta, did his job perfectly. He was like the acting leader of the country. So Bharat, he rushes back to Ayodhya. There's a beautiful chaupai that describes what he reaches when he comes back to Ayodhya. एक निमिष बरसा समझाही एहि विधि धरता नगराई असगुन होई नगर पैठारा रतहि कुभाति कुकेत करारा करसियरा बोलहि प्रतिकूला सुनहि होई भरता मन सूला श्री तात सर सरता बन भागा नगर विशेषी भयावन लागा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम. When Bharat returns to Ayodhya, he sees an Ayodhya that he cannot recognize. Now we should note, this is the first time after Bharat has gotten married that he's returning to Ayodhya. Valmiki ji describes that when Bharat got married, straight from Mithila, he went to Kekeyadesh. And it said, there's some debate, but according to Valmiki and some Sri Vaishnava commentators, the acharyas of the in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, they describe that Lord Ramachandra actually got married when he was around 16 years of age, which means Bharat was about the same age. And the time he goes to the forest is when he was 24 years old. Right? So since 16 years, going by that description, Bharat, since 16 years of age, has not seen Ayodhya. He's with his grandfather. That is what the Sri Vaishnavas say. That is not me saying. Right? And so, Bharat, when he returns, he's absolutely dumbstruck. Am I at the right place? Is this the Ayodhya that I knew? Crows were flying above the city, making ominous sounds. Donkeys and jackals were braying. And it said that the deities in the temple were crying. And the entire city had a dismal look. And this mood in the city pierced the heart of Dashrath. Bharata Manasula. It pierced the heart of Bharat. He couldn't understand what exactly was going on. Nobody would look him in the face. And so he was a bit confused. So he goes to the palace of Dashrath Maharaj and he opens the door and there's a creak in the door. Nobody is inside. So he figures, maybe he's with my mother, Kaikeyi. So he goes to his mother's palace. And when he goes to his mother's palace, there's a completely different environment. There's like a festival going on. Right? And he's totally surprised. So he goes to his mother and he's wondering, where's our father? He asks. He pays his respects and everything. And then he asks, where's our father? Just see her hard-heartedness. She speaks good philosophy. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, you're not this body, you're spirit, soul. And anybody who takes birth eventually has to die. Right? Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita. The philosophy is okay. But look at a time like this. What Kaikeyi tells Bharat. She says, the king has gone to the same place that all animals go at the end of their lives. Just see her hard-heartedness. Bharat is totally dumbstruck. What? And nobody told me? He falls down on the ground and he begins wailing. And he says, all I have now is my brother, Ramachandra. Bharat was surprised. What was my father's last words? She says, his last words were, O Ram, O Sita, O Lakshman. He asks, why was this his last words? Because they weren't there. Why weren't they there? Actually, by my arrangement, for your protection and your security, I have arranged that you have gotten the throne and your only competition, Ram, has gone to the forest. Bharat can't believe his ears. But just see the mood of Bharat. The first thing he asks, what wrong did Ram do? Did he kill somebody who did not need to be killed? Was he unfaithful to his wife? Things like this he names. Just see, Bharat was ready to renounce Lord Ramachandra if Lord Ramachandra went against the principles of Dharma. Why? Because that is what Lord Ramachandra taught him. That one should always follow Dharma. Kaikeyi says, this is interesting, right? Kaikeyi says, don't worry, your brother never did anything wrong. He can never do any wrong. She knows that Lord Ramachandra can do no wrong. And she says this, but yet still, we see what happens. It can never be his fault. So Bharat is absolutely disgusted. He begins, it's said, actually, Tulsidas ji describes that the feeling that Bharat has is like when somebody has a sore and then you take a hot burning coal and put it on that sore. That is how he feels. The mood in which he receives this news. He pauses before he says anything and he looks in the direction of the Dandaka forest and he bows his head and he prays to his brother Lord Ramachandra for forgiveness, saying that I had nothing to do with this. And when he opens his eyes, it's described that he was like an animal let loose from shackles. Fire came from his breath and his blood was almost coming from his eyes. And he started blasting his mother left, right, and center. The world has never seen a mother like you. Mothers usually never, ever try to cause pain to other mothers. How come you did something so wicked? What happiness does a scorpion get from ripping open the belly of its mother? When scorpions are born, they rip open the belly of the mother and they suck out all of the life juice from the mother. And like that, the mother scorpion becomes a hollow shell. What happiness does a scorpion get from that? Similarly, what happiness can I get from this kingdom? There's another beautiful chaupai that describes what he says. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
जाओ पाए कुरुचि रही तो ही जनमत काहे न मारे मोही पेर काती ताय पालौ सीजा मीन जियन नीति बारी उरीचा श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा everybody श्री राम जय राम जय जय
Rama Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
He tells his mother, why did you not kill me when I was born if you were going to do this today? Janamata kahe na mare mohi. Then he gives two examples. He says, somebody cuts down a tree and then they water the leaves of a tree. What use is that? You've already sent away my brother, you've killed my father. What is the use in giving me anything now? After you've drained the pond, how do you expect the fishes in that pond to enjoy? How do you expect me to enjoy a kingdom when I don't have the pleasure of having my brother's hand over my head? And that kingdom which belongs to my brother, how can I enjoy it? He tells his mother that you've actually wounded my body. You've given me two grievous wounds by killing my father and sending away my brother. How is it that you, who is named Sumukhi, one of the names of Mother Keikei is Sumukhi. Why? Because she's always chanting, she used to always chant the glories of Lord Ramachandra. And therefore, her words were very pleasing. So she was called Sumukhi. And Sulochani. Why? Because her eyes are always looking for Lord Ramachandra. How is it that you, who were called Sumukhi and Sulochani, become Kumukhi and Kulochani today? One who has disgraced Lord Ramachandra or spoken ill of Lord Ramachandra and sent Lord Ramachandra away from the eyes of all these citizens. How can you do such a thing? What kind of mother are you? He says, I will not take the sin of ruling this kingdom. And as for you, for repentance, maybe you should think about entering fire. Then Bharat begins rolling on the ground in pain, wailing. It's said, like an elephant rolling when pierced with a javelin. Bharat is in a most piteous condition. he wants relief. So what does he do? He runs to Mother Kaushalya. When he goes to Mother Kaushalya immediately gets up and embraces him. But then she immediately throws him back. She says, I won't be surprised if you were party to your mother's schemes. Why do you keep me here? Was your plan to imprison me? Please send me with my son. I won't be any trouble to you. Please send me with my son. Bharat, he becomes even more wounded. It's like, it was, Tulsidas ji describes, it was like putting needles in the wounds that was already there. And then, to prove his loyalty to Lord Ramachandra, to Mother Kaushalya, he begins making a series of vows, right? Stating what are sins, what are actually sins. And then he begins saying that, why was I born? In the beginning, why was my mother born? And if she was born anyway, why wasn't she barren? Why did she have to give birth to somebody like me who is a blot on my family's name? Please know that I had nothing to do with this. Immediately, Mother Kaushalya becomes sorry. She embraces Bharat and she says, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Ram Pran hote pran tumhare. Tum Raghupati pran hote pyare. Vidu vish chavahi shravhi agi. Hoi bari chari bari viragi. भय ज्ञान हो बारो मित मोह. तुम राम ही प्रतिकूल न हो. मात तुम्हार जो जग कही. सो सपने हो सुख सुगति लही. श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा. श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा. श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Bharat, Kaushalya Mata starts to give a few examples. She says, now I know that actually you who consider Lord Ramachandra your life is also the life of Lord Ramachandra. Rama pranahu prana tumare. Tuma Raghupati pranahu te pyare. Lord Ramachandra also holds you dear in his heart. She says something interesting. The moon, in this same Chaupai, she says, the moon may emit poison, or snow may emit fire. Aquatics might give up water, but Bharat will never be hostile to Lord Ramachandra. Bharat is soothed by this. Meanwhile, Shatrughna, he finds Mantara on the way. And all of his anger about why she had to do something like this, she manipulated their mother into causing this whole drama to unfold. He wanted to take it out on her. So he grabbed her and started harassing her, beating her like this. She begins screaming for Kaikeyi. So Mother Kaikeyi, she rushes to Shatrughna. Shatrughna, he doesn't want to hear anything from her. Kaikeyi runs to Bharat. She says, please stop Shatrughna. He's going to kill her. Do you know what Bharat says? He says something very interesting. And it is something that we should apply to our own lives. He says, brother, don't you think that I thought of doing the same thing as well? But if Lord Ramachandra wasn't, if I knew that Lord Ramachandra would not be pleased by this, then I wouldn't have, that is the reason why I didn't do it. Let me make it more clear. I think I confused myself there. Lord Ramachandra would be displeased by this act. If we are going to kill Mantara, he wouldn't want us to do something like this, and therefore we shouldn't. That is the reason why we shouldn't. Just see, it was important to Bharat who they're angry for, not who they're angry with. We are the opposite, right? Who we are angry with, we give them all blows, but we never consider if being angry with that person would displease our superiors. Similarly, Bharat is thinking like this. This is a very important point. Our emotions should be pure. Coming back to the verse that we said, all our activities should be for the enjoyment of Lord Ramachandra, of Lord Krishna. If we feel any action that we are about to do is going to displease the Lord or our gurus, then we should not do that thing. Therefore, we should learn to use anger, not let anger use us. Bharat showed this. Hanumanji also exemplifies this in Lanka. He uses anger. He doesn't let anger use him. He wasn't impulsive. Similarly, Bharat is also not impulsive, but he uses anger, doesn't let anger use him. Therefore, it is said that neophyte devotees or young devotees see situations through the lens of their emotions. But pure devotees or self-realized souls see situations through the lens of Shastra or Scripture. And therefore, if we feel within our hearts when we do some introspection and we find that we are lacking in this respect, then that shows the need, the most important need of sadhu sangha, association with devotees. Because in that association of devotees, what do? Bhajana kriya. We perform bhajan. We perform worship of the Lord. And through that bhajana kriya, in sadhu sangha, performing worship or bhajan of the Lord, in the association of devotees, what happens? Our hearts becomes cleansed. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavat bhakti yogata bhagavat tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. In the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said that if Nashta prayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatyutama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. That by regular attendance in classes on the Srimad Bhagavatam, all that is troublesome to the heart becomes almost completely destroyed, and loving service to the Lord becomes established within the heart as an irrevocable fact. Evam prasanna manaso. And then eventually that person becomes prasanna manaso, becomes very happy. So this is what Bharatji is teaching us. How to please Lord Ramachandra by every single action. Even if we are in our most emotional state, we should always think about how to please our gurus and how to please the Lord. And if we feel that Bharat was putting on a show, Vashishta Muni does a wonderful test of Bharat. For a king in the morning, we have alarm clocks that we try to snooze. Sometimes I have this app on my phone. It's a very interesting alarm for those of us who find it hard to wake in the morning. There are various ways you have to stop the alarm. You have to solve a few math problems before it stops. Or you need to shake your phone in a certain way for it to stop. So there are very interesting alarm clocks that are available today. Right? But for a king, they used to have very pleasing music played by live musicians, not any alarm clock on their phones. Right? And we are often annoyed by that noise, right? That's the most annoying song in the world. So, what does Vashishta do? He sends the royal musicians to Bharat's chamber. Bharat said, I don't want to be king. He says this. But that is what he says. What does he have internally? Vashishta wanted to find out. He sends the royal musicians. Now, my parents and Pritisha and others may know, when you try to wake me and you tell me anything in the morning, I don't remember. Right? I'm often very oblivious when I just get up. That is me. That is my shortcomings. But Bharat was not like that. Bharat is the ideal. Bharat's inside and his outside were the same, pleasing Lord Ramachandra. In that subconscious state, our true intentions can come out. Right? When you just wake somebody, they might cuss you or something. Right? So if Could have been the response, or he could have enjoyed the music. Oh, thank you for the music. But what does Bharat do? Bharat immediately gets up, blocks his ears, and he says, go away, go away, go away. I'm not the king. Immediately, he says like this. That is his immediate response. That is Bharat's internal mood. Always thinking about Lord Ramachandra. Mata Ramo mat pita Ramachandra. Swami Ramo mat sakha Ramachandra. Sarvaswam me Ramachandro Dayalo. Nanyam jane naiva jane na jane. Lord Ramachandra is my mother, he's my father, he's my master, he's my everything. Other than Lord Ramachandra, I don't want to know anybody else. Then Bharat decides to take all the citizens of Ayodhya. Instead of taking the throne, I'm skipping over a lot of details, but instead of taking the throne, he decides, let's go and try to bring Lord Ramachandra back. And so begins one of the most love-filled sections of Ramayana, Bharat Milap, the meeting of Rama and Bharat. And hopefully we can have another session someday to discuss that pastime. Shri Chitrakoot Dham ki jai. Lord Ramachandra and Bharat meet in Chitrakoot Dham, and we see in that pastime how Lakshman doubts Bharat's intentions. Lord Ramachandra has absolute faith in Bharat's intentions. He knows that Bharat would never go against him. He loves Bharat dearly. Lord Ramachandra actually says that I wouldn't be surprised if mountains stop. I can't remember the examples. My memory is going. But he gives a series of examples of impossibilities that can happen, that may happen. Those things may seem impossible to us, that, clouds may stop giving rain, things like this. But Bharat will never hate me, or Bharat will never give up my shelter. And so, to end, I just want to give an example of how popular Bharat became by this mood. One of the more controversial sections of Ramayana for some people who have not read Ramayana and just hear from the WhatsApp University, people are often confused about the pastime of Vali, right? And they have many misconceptions. But if we read, we see how beautiful that interaction between Vali and Lord Ramachandra is, actually. Do you know what the first thing Vali tells, one of the first things Vali tells Lord Ram? How can the brother of Bharat do such a dharma? Just see the reputation that Bharat got. Lord Ramachandra isn't known as the Ramachandra anymore. He's known as the brother of Bharat. Such is the position of Bharat, a true lover of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this is what real love means. So to summarize, we see over yesterday and today how the mental disease of envy, when it poisons the heart, we see how Mantara poisoned the heart of Keiki. When the 6 anarthas take over our heart, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, madness, all of these things, takes over the heart, one loses sense control. Right? Dasharath, who is considered, Dasha means 10, and Ratha means one who is controlled his 6 senses. If we let envy come into our hearts, it makes our senses weak. And then we start serving our senses. And the first people to leave such a heart is Lord Ramachandra and Mother Sita. A heart which is infected with envy and pride. The only person who could help was Vashishta, but he saw that he cannot help all of these people. So he called Bharat from outside, because he was outside. He wasn't infected by this mental disease. But Bharat, being honest and the pure devotee that he is, exemplifies what an actual preacher should be. Don't feel that as devotees of the Lord, we are all expected to be gurus. Krishna says, Lord Chaitanya says, Amar Agnya Hai Guru. Amar Agya Tare Desh Guru. Become Guru. Sorry, I forgot the reference. But he says, by my order, become a Guru. Controlling the 6 senses, become a Guru. We're all supposed to preach, but this is how we're supposed to preach. Don't feel that we can help anybody. All we can do is help them to connect to the Lord. Just like Hanumanji was sitting behind a leaf, hiding in a very small form, and only the sound of Ramayana was heard to Mother Sita, not him. He wasn't putting himself forward, but the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. This is how we should be. Put the Lord in front. Every time somebody sees us, they should see a devotee of Krishna, not Hari Kirtan, but Hari Kirtan Rasa Das. We should all be servants of the Lord. So with this, I want to thank each and every one of you. And please forgive me for my lapses and my mistakes. If there are any, please correct me. I'm open to correction. All I would have spoken is what I've heard from my superiors, His Grace Shubh Vilas Prabhu, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, Braj Vihari Prabhu, and Srila Prabhupada, and my spiritual master as well. And if there are any mistakes, those are my shortcomings. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Jai Shri
Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Har Kirtan Prabhu for so nicely taking us through the journey of Bharat and some of the most astounding qualities that Bharat possessed, that we in our own lives as practicing devotees, that we can try to emulate, to imbibe within our community. So at this point in time, we usually go for Artik, but amongst our midst here, there are a few of our guests, devotees who may not be able to stay for the entire program. And we would like to hear from a few thoughts, contributions here this morning. So at this point in time, I would like to introduce to you and invite Srimati Dr. Vindya Prasadji, the President of the Guyana Hindu Dharmic Sabha, and also the Honorable Minister of Human Services and Social Security. As she makes her way here, we also, after her, would like to kindly and humbly request Pandit Rujanathji to share his remarks and thoughts with us this morning. So over to Dr. Vindyaji.
Thank you very much. Sitaram, Hare Krishna. Panditji, all Pandits here, my respected elders, brothers, sisters, it is a blissful feeling to be here with you this morning in satsang. And while I know this is always a haven for so many of you and for many persons around the country to come and hear words of wisdom, I know it's on the eve of a very special day, and that is the birthday of Visakha. But before I say anything about Visakha, I want to just tell Hari Kirtan, where did he go? How very proud of him I am this morning. How very, very proud. It is his mother's wish that he do this, and I think you have done your mother proud. And watching you grow up, I have seen you grow up from a little boy running around. I can't tell you how thrilled I am that you are able to do this, and it is what I want to see in Guyana. More young people being able to explain their dharma, to articulate it so eloquently, and to make it practical so that everyone who listens can identify with something and gain from it in their daily life. You did remarkably well. Not only did you quote from the Sri Ramcharitmanas, you also quoted from the Bhagavad Gita, and I think credit must go to your mother and father for raising you this way and for ensuring that you're not only educated in an academic sense, but you're educated in your dharma. And I would like to encourage all the mothers and fathers here, if there's something that you do, take a page out of Prabhu and Visakha's book and raise your children like this, so that wherever they go, they can speak in a manner that is influential, inspiring, and that is taken from the depths of our spiritual texts, so that wherever people are, especially young people, this is what we call Hindu peer education, because it is important in the world in which we live. So again, very, very proud. Please give him another round of applause. He's shy and he's hiding his face, but we're proud of you. So on that note, I want to say from the Ramayana, very simple, this is one everybody know. Binu satasanga vivekana hoy, Rama kripa binu sulabhana soy. This morning, we were able to gain from that. Without satsang, without the name of the Lord, we cannot be able to get our viveka, our analytical, discriminative power. So when we are in this kind of gathering, when we are able to concentrate and we are able to completely be absorbed in the name of the Lord, when words of wisdom, words about the Lord, words glorifying the Lord, those are expressed to us, we can awaken the Viveka within us. What is that Viveka that I speak about? The ability to discern between right and wrong, the real and unreal, the self and the non-self. It simply means when we are able to understand Viveka, when we are able to awaken that Viveka Shakti within us, we are moving to the point of self-realization by being able, in this material world we are in, to understand what and how we fit into this world, what is our ultimate purpose, and how on our journey we can also, by that same token, move on a spiritual journey to understanding ourselves, representing ourselves in a divine way. At no point in time should we ever see ourselves as less than divine, and I subscribe to this. If we see ourselves as divinity, then at no point in time we can ever express in ourselves or ourselves less than divine. If you're a divine being, as Harry say, you won't get up and abuse up anybody early in the morning. You will behave like Bharat. Express yourself sincerely, truthfully, and with pure intentions. If you are a divine being, you will not express yourself like mantra to inspire and influence people on a path of envy and jealousy, but instead you will be like Kaushalya and Sumintra, guiding their children wisely. If you are a divine being, you will not think ill about each other. You will seek to find the solutions to all the multitude of problems that we as a people face. In essence, I just want to say, once you believe in Bhagwan, once you absolutely, unconditionally believe in Bhagwan, nothing becomes impossible. Everything underscores the fact that we are limitless human beings, and we should find all those things within ourselves to ensure that we don't just exist in a world, but we use everything that we have been blessed with. And I want to say today, let us bless Visakha, because I've known her for a long time, and she's someone I value like a sister, someone I love very much, and someone who I believe is a frank person, someone who has strong views, and someone who has shared many of her views with me. We have our own conversation. Prabhudev will say, "I'll do your thing, I will talk to you after." But she's someone who has influenced and inspired within the ISKCON movement, someone within her close community, someone within her family who I see as a nurturer, someone who's compassionate, someone who's loyal, and someone whose life exemplifies what we want people to have, that kind of simple life that is filled with moments of giving to others and not seeing after herself. And sometimes I tell her, sometimes you need to look after yourself and not look after everybody, because if health goes and if you don't take care of yourself, you will not be able to give as much as you do. But I really love Visakha, and today, may Bhagwan Krishna bless her so that she can see the other half of the century. And may she continue to give of herself as she gives, because in this life, that is our purpose, selfless service, seva. And I want to tell Visakha, not only do I love her, this love and these birthday wishes come from my mother and my family and my sister. I don't know if I'm the favorite or Siman is the favorite, but both of us love her very much. And we wish you a very happy, blessed, beautiful day for your birthday, a fabulous year, and a year where you not only get all that you wish for, but more than you wish for. Happy, happy birthday, Visakha, to you. And may your son and your new daughter and your granddaughter, she's a young grandmother, granddaughter, bring you much joy every day of your life. Thank you very much for affording me the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Dr. Vinjaji, for being here and also to give such encouraging words to Hari Kirtan, your brief message from the Ramayana, and your wishes, best wishes to Mother Visakha. At this time also, we would like to invite Pandit Rudranathji to address us this morning, as Panditji and his family has been with us for the entire satsang so far.
I'd just like to say, just before we bring Pandits, I don't know what miracle happened this morning, and I don't know what is so special about, well, maybe Visakha's birthday is really, really special. We had made umpteen endeavor to get Pandit Rudranath Sharmaji, my dear brother, and his family here. But always for Ratayatra, and so every time we had something, he also had something going on, or he was traveling or something like that. But I don't know what miracle take place this morning that you're here. And I'm most happy and grateful to have you here. I will humbly request, I know you will be giving your blessings and best wishes to Visakha, but I will humbly request that you give your heart causeless mercy and blessings to Hari Kirtan, that following in your footsteps and in the footsteps of so many of our seniors and present pandits, that we can work together to uplift Sanatana Dharma. Dear brother, Hare Krishna.
It's not a miracle, but nothing happens before the time is right. Honorable Minister, Dr. Vindhya, Brother Pandits, my dear brother Prabhudev and Sister Visakha, respected elders, sisters and brothers, and as we would say, our dear and most knowledgeable Vyasji. You know, when someone sits on that asan to read from our various texts, our various scriptures, he must be given special honor and respect. And I'm saying this today with tremendous confidence. He deserves respect and he deserves honor as well. Put your hands together for Hari. Not many persons can read Ramayana to suit my ears, because the Ramcharitmanas is my favorite text. But today, I must say, I would have enjoyed not every minute, every second of listening to this very gifted and most talented Vyasji Hari Kirtan. Your Katha was extremely inspiring and very powerful. And I want to encourage all Hindus to ensure that you follow the principles and the teachings of the Ramcharitmanas. Some are of the view that the Ramayana was only written for a select few, maybe just the Brahmins or the Pandits. But I want to say that this is a fallacy. And to prove this to you, let me remind you of the very first word documented in Ramcharitmanas by Goswami Tulsidasji. If you have a Ramayana at home, or you can access it on your phone, you can check it for yourself. The very first word that you would find in Ramayana is Varna. First shlok recorded in Ramayana, Varnanam Maratha Sanghanam Rasanam Chandrasamapi Mangalanam Chakarataro Vande Vani Vinayako. Tulsidas ji offered his obeisance to Vani and Vinayak, Mata Saraswati and Bhagwan Ganapati. But what is the literal meaning of the word Varn? Varn means caste, my brothers and sisters. And if we are to look at the last word in Uttarkand of Ramcharitmanas, it says, Te sansara patanga gora kihano dahyantino manava. Varna, first word, manav, last word. What is the meaning of the word manav? Manav means human beings, my brothers and sisters. So the Ramayana was not written for one caste or one type of people. But once you consider yourselves human beings, you have the right to study the Ramayana, to read the Ramayana, and to live by the laws and the principles of Ramayana. This young man would have given us a spiritual bath this morning. And Tulsidas Ji tells us in Balkand of Ramayana, Pucha hi Raghupati Katha Prasanga Sakala Lok Jag Pavani Ganga. Just as how the sacred river Ganga purifies the earth, the Katha of Ramayana, the Katha of Bhagwan Sri Ram purifies the hearts of everyone who listens to it. So again, I commend you, and I pray and ask Bhagwan Ganesha and Mata Saraswati to always inspire you, bless you, and lead your intellect in the right direction at all times. Guyana needs more like you. We are getting old now. We are phasing out, so to speak. So we need young, dynamic Hindu leaders to take us forward, to propel this great dharma of ours. And I want to commend my dear brother, Prabhudev, and Sister Visakha for giving, not Guyana, but for giving the world such a noble son. You have also received the blessings of the Supreme, and that is why your union could have given us a son like Hari. To my dear sister Visakha, what can I say after listening to everyone talking about your glories, your nobility, your goodness, and your greatness? I want to welcome you to the 50 Club. And you can expect a little bit more aches and pains now. I'm 4 years in the club already, and, you know, things are getting kind of hard for me. So welcome to the club, and I want to chant just 2 prayers and ask Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Sri Ram to bless you with long life, good health, continued happiness, and prosperity as well. Om Mangalam Bhagavan Krishna Mangalam Gopi Vallabham Mangalam Radhika Nath Mangalaya Bansidhara Mangalam Bhagavan Ram Mangalam Dasratatmaja Mangalam Janakinath Mangalaya Dhanurdhara Bhajatare Manuja Girijapatim Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Hari Om Shantihi Shantihi Shanti Hari Om. Prem se bolo Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, our dear Panditji. We cannot ask for anything better. Your presence and your blessings is all that we desire, we live for. Thank each and every one of you. We'll go for the Artik now because we don't want to have their Lordship wait on us. After the Artik, I know there are quite some persons or family, Dr. Mangro here, our superior elder from Cane Grove, my own, Uncle Patrick are here, Mr. Ramdas, Uncle Lil from Borbis are here, many other persons. There are many devotees and friends. I don't know how many persons. There are persons on Zoom who would like to make their contributions. So after the Artik, we will try to see how far we will get, but Bhojan and Prashadam will start to serve also. You will have an Ekadasi treat today, being very auspicious. Today is Ekadasi. On Ekadasi, we don't cook no grains, no beans, no dal, no flour, no anything that is considered to be grains. So it will be all like fruits, vegetables, provision, and a few more. And I beg you to taste each preparation individually. And please notice on your calendar that twice a month it says Ekadasi. And please observe Ekadasi. Pap Purusha. There is a personality that just like we know there are different Devis and Devatas in charge of different universal aspect of this universe. So there is a sin personified, Pap Purusha. Pap Purusha, Lord Vishnu grant him a benediction that you will reside in grains on Ekadasi, and that whoever consume grains, you will do well with them. You will incur sin. So please take, why I'm saying take that, because a lot of my friends here, whenever they hear Ekadasi, you mean no rice? You mean no dal? You mean, it's like, they all start to watch you differently. So I'm going to tease you a little. So let us all stand. Some of you, if you like to come forward for the beautiful artik to their lordship, to introduce you to their lordship. There is none other than Ram and Lakshman in Lord Ram pastime. There is no other than Krishna and Balaram in Krishna's pastime. But in the pastime of Mahaprabhu, they came as Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. And their term has been very, very merciful. So please, whatever you like to ask, whatever desire you have, please pray sincerely to them for their spiritual blessings. Conchel, Haribol!
Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Paschatyaris Tarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Gaura Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Hari. Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri 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 Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram.
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram.
Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Jaya Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Jaya Sita Ram. Haribo! Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Jaya Sita Ram.
Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai.
Gauranita, Jai Gauranita.
Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai.
Jai Gauranita, Jai Gauranita.
Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai.
Gauranita, Jai Gauranita. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivijagachar Shtatar Sada Shishimad is the Vangress is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON BVT founder Acharya is the Vangress Srila Prabhupada ki. Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivijagachar Shtatar Sada Shishimad is the Vangress Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Thakur ki. Ananta Kori Vaishnav Vrinda ki. Namachar Srila Haridas Thakur ki. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिर गोवर्धन की श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की श्री पुष्टम शेष जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की श्री अयोध्या धाम की गंगमाय जमुनमाय की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमद तुलसी देव महाराज की श्री गदार हरिनाम संकीर्तन की Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Books Distribution ki, Brihat Mridanga ki, Shri Shri Paramakarnitai Gaur Chandra ki, Shri Shri Rama Sita Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Ramayana ki, Samveda Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembly of the body. All glories to the assembly of devotees. All glories to the assembly of devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namam Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale, Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashachade Shatare. Hare Krishna, you can have your seats while the Nishinga prayer will be chanted.
Namaste Narasingaya. Praladadaime. Dadadaime. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shiratankanakalaya. Ito na shima parato na shima. Yato yato yamikato na shima. Bahe na shimo, irahe na shimo. Nada shimhamaring sharanam prapati. Tavakara kamarabare nakam abhuta shinga. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Dano Bringa Ishavajita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagarisha Hare Jaya Jagarisha Hare Jaya Jagarisha Hare. Jaya Nashim Hare, Nashim Hare, Nashim Hare, Jaya Nashim Hare. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Shingade Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. So just before we all proceed for lunch prashad, so we'll have a few brief presentations, best wishes, birthday greetings, appreciation, words from a few of the devotees here, maybe one or two persons were online. So we'd like to quickly invite the father of Visakha Mataji, His Grace Aniruddha Prabhu, to please come forward and make his contribution. So in the meantime, Aniruddha Prabhu is coming. If there's any one of you among the Matajis and Prabhus here, if you would like to come forward and say a few words, please let me know. as soon as possible. Thank you. Over to Aniruddha Prabhu.
Haribol, Hare Krishna. Just want to chant 2 or 3 lines glorifying Lord Rama. Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. 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 Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patita Pavan Sitaram. Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram. Jai Raghunandana, Jai Siya Ram, Janaki Vallabha Sitaram. Sitaram, Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patita Pavan Sitaram. Raja Ram, Patita Pavan Sitaram. Siya Bhaja Ramachandra ki jai, Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki jai. Hare Krishna. I would like to wish Visakha Saki Devidasi, who is my daughter, a happy 50th birthday. May the Supreme Lord Krishna bless her that she can see the next 50 with good health and strength, and so that she can continue to serve the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Aniruddha Prabhu. So next I would like to invite a very dear friend and the family doctor actually of Prabhupada Prabhu Visakha Mataji, Shriman Dr. Sevindra Mangru, to please come forward and offer his remarks. So in the meantime, just a reminder, if anyone here you would like to come forward, and I may not call on you, please feel comfortable. Please, Dr. Manguji.
Dhanyabad, Master of Ceremonies, Vyasji, Hariji, the parents of this wonderful child, Vishakhaji, the mother, the father, Prabhupada, Dev, our honorable doctors who are with us this morning, Panditji, I don't think Minister is here, she's probably gone already. Distinguished devotees of Sanatan Vedic Dharma, Sitaram, Namaskar, Hare Krishna. When I reflected over the past hour during the ceremony of the vices and the virtuous qualities that we combat every single day in our lives, sometimes I want to give up on humanity. But then I always remember my dear Prabhupada and Vishakhaji, and I said, I have faith in humanity again. what make these two people so remarkable? I'm sure the qualities reside in all of us. And as Dr. Vindiji said this morning, in each of us reside the spark of divinity. That means the godliness is inside of us. The problem is, do we get the opportunity to allow it to unfold and express itself? And therein lie the challenges in society, because every day it's a constant battle. If it's not within the home, it is outside of the home in society. God forbid, when you drive on the road, what goes on the road. Sometimes you need to, as we put it, dharmic recalibrate. Because in the morning you get up in a good mood and you go, and then somebody messes up your mood for the day, you need to recalibrate. Otherwise, it takes us down a path that we don't want to go. We lose that spark of divinity, or that spark of divinity is not allowed to glow. And so, Visakha, why do I say all of this? Because in you resides that humility, that devotion, that bhakti, and your wonderful relationship with everybody. I hear all the time people call you Mataji. Maybe I should as well, as a mark of respect. But those fundamental qualities, my dear friends and devotees, Vedantically and philosophically, is what forms the core of our development, spiritually and otherwise. And so when I feel I have a bad day, I think of Prabhupada, I think of Visakha, and now I think of Hari Kirtan as well. There I have my uplift. You might argue with me and say, well, why don't you think of Krishna and Sri Ramji? Of course I do. But in the mundane world, I have to look to my peers who will also help me along the path that I want to go. And so, Visakha, allow me on behalf of our Mandir, the Raghukul Satsang, Pidasal Mandir, and on behalf of my Mataji, who's not here today, and my daughter Sushmita, and everybody else who I embody and represent, let me wish you Janam Din Mubarak. And like Prabhupada, you are batting, and you're batting, I think, decently, and perhaps a little better than the current West Indies team. But they're improving, so you need to improve as well. Thank you very much, my devotees and friends. I appreciate the couple of moments.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Dr. Mangru, it's always nice to hear from you. So I have a short message here for Mother Visakha. And this is from Mother Krishnadasi, the wife of the late Baldev Prabhu. She is writing us from upstate New York. She says, Dear Visakha, please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Just want to say that I have a lot of appreciation for you. You are warm, amazing, Vaishnavi. Happy birthday and all the best. Your servant, Krishna Dasi Devi Dasi. Hare Krishna. So that was short. So let's see who else amongst us. We'd like to invite Trisha Mataji, after which we will hear from Jagnarang Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So I'd like to, on behalf of all the girls, I'd like to wish Mother Visakha a happy pre-birthday, and I wish her all the best for many more years in good health and always in sadhu sangha. So, coming to Krishna consciousness, for all of us, the girls especially, she was the caregiver and the nurturer. She literally took us by hand and taught us every single thing we know about Krishna consciousness, from the basic etiquette to how to do arti, everything. She is a mother away from home. There's nothing that we would say we need or we don't, or even if we don't need it, she gives it. Nevertheless, I am eternally grateful for everything that she's done for me for all of these years, for everything she's given, for all the advice she's giving, for all the guidance, and for all of her love. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trisha. So now, Uncle Jack Narang. And after Uncle Jack Narang, we will invite Harkirtan and Pratisha to make their contributions.
Thank you very much, Sashi. Hare Krishna. I guess coming here today to celebrate Mataji's birthday and to give her all the best and all the good wishes, I would want to continue with some of those speakers earlier on to ensure that we say congratulations to Hari. All the best wishes to Hari. Continue on your path of teaching us all. And I'm sure I'm much older than your parents, but you can still continue to teach even the older folks from our sacred books, some of the things and the explanation. You're very, very fluent. I just would want to say, I remember going to a mandir in the countryside in the early days, and then when I listened to the Pandit and then I ended up, somebody invited me to Gandhi Youth. And when I went to Gandhi Youth, the Pandit there in those days was a lawyer, Ram Kishore Maharaj. I ended up staying there because of his very simple story and very simple way of explaining and so on. And I will want to tell you that you can, when you're emulating those older persons who are very simple language, is explaining some of those detailed and very intricate part of our Sanatan Dharma. And you would know that a lot of younger folks who are converting from Hinduism to Christian, because sometimes the Pandit and so on make it so complicated, you know. And I want to say congratulations to you, and I hope that I'm sure you can inspire some of the other younger souls around to continue in that path. And I'm sure I would have seen you, like one of the speakers earlier said, to see you grow up. I remember one little chul beta still is there, titivating with wire and so on. You still titivate to the wire, yeah? That's still part there, but you're gone far away, and I hope that, wishing you that you will continue, and not just for Guyana, for the wider world, at least to show us and take not just Sanatan Dharma, but your name of Guyana with you. Mata Visakha. On behalf of myself, my wife, and children, and grandson, I want to wish you all the best on your birthday. And I want to say to the persons around, you know, sometimes you just look for examples or samples of people who you can emulate, who you can't look at and say they're living almost a perfect life. No one is perfect, I can say that. Almost a perfect life. I want to tell you, Mata Visakha, you are one of the most perfect person I would have seen. A perfect mother, perfect wife, even a perfect leader in this temple. You lead from the front. You lead from the front. You end up, there's very little that you can ask of you. That you, I never imagine, I can't even recall any time that you would ask of something and you're there and you would not want to participate or give. And again, on behalf of my family, I want to wish you all the best. 50 is still young. I can say that, right? 50 is still young, and you got a lot more years to serve. And I hope that you can continue to do this and emulate, and at least you got a lot of young girls here who are looking up to you to at least to guide them and keep them in the straight path of Sanatan Dharma. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uncle Jack Narang, for those encouraging words and sharing your wishes. I'd like to invite Harkirtan, Pratisha. After the two of them, we'll hear briefly from Abdul Arjun Prabhu. And we have one of the nephew of Mataji, Nimai, also wants to say something.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So first of all, I like to wish Mata a happy pre-50th Krishna conscious birthday. And I pray that Sri Sri Paramakaruna Nitaya Chandra always bless and guide you. You know, when I married into this family, you know, everybody told me at the wedding, you know, you're very lucky to have Mataji Visakha as your mother-in-law. I was like, we'll see, you know. But after 2 years, or nearly 2 years of marriage, I'm extremely fortunate to have you as not a mother-in-law, but a mother. You know, when I was in the delivery room with Archita, normally when people come to see the baby, they're like, oh, you have a nice baby and stuff like that. But when Mata came in the room, the first thing that she said was, Preeti, are you okay? And it's small things like that that makes her such a special person. And Archita is very lucky to have you, Sanaji. So thank you, Mata, for being there. And we all love you very much. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. So I don't think I have to say anything else, but I'd like to wish my mother a happy pre-50th birthday, and it's usually said that when we receive praise, we don't take it for ourselves, but we offer it unto the feet of our spiritual masters. Because whatever we say should not be from ourselves, but what we've heard from them. And ever since I was a baby, Mata used to tell me, I can't remember, but Mata tells me that she used to sing for me and I would sing back to her. And she would not just play just Hare Krishna, and she would also play this Shambho Shankar Namah Shiva. So she would teach me many things, and she would have encouraged me also to learn the Hanuman Chalisa. So like this, I consider her, well, it's not that I consider her, your parents are your first gurus, but especially the mother. So whatever praise I've gotten over the past few days, I want to say that it's all because of you and Pita. And I offer that onto your lotus feet as an offering of gratitude and a present for your birthday. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Abdul Prabhu, please come forward. After, we will have Nimai and then Ladini Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, everybody. It is said in the Vedanta that a great son derives his greatness from a great mother. And seeing the way Hari, his ability, his eloquence in repeating the scriptures, it's all glories to his mother and his father, I should say. So I want to wish Visakha a happy birthday and to let her know deep down in my heart, your son is the crown jewel of your crown. You know, all of us want happiness. It's our nature because Krishna is happiness. And being a part of Krishna, we naturally want happiness. And this family, Visakha, Prabhupada, Dev, and their son, they have taken to the path that is called Shreya Marg, the path of divine happiness. And we are all here because we are all taken to the same path, Shreya Marg. There's Preya Marg and Shreya Marg. Preya Marg means we are looking for happiness from the things of the world. But Sri Krishna says that in the Gita that all pleasures born of sense contact are verily sources of misery. And why? Because they have a beginning and an end. This is material enjoyment. You've all eaten chocolate. The first one gives you 100% pleasure. Second one, 50%. Third one, 20%. If you eat 4 chocolate bars, you get sick of it. So, this is the nature of Preya Marg. But now you all here who are seeking the path of Shreya Marg, divine happiness, this is the kind of happiness that will continuously keep increasing. Jai Shri Radhe.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Abdul Prabhu. So another message from a very, very dear friend of Mother Vishaka, Her Grace Venudwani Mataji. I think she's somewhere wrong. I'm not sure why she's sending a message instead of coming forward. Nevertheless, she says, my dearest friend Vishaka, happiest of birthday. We are friends for 20 years and you have always been an inspiration to me. Apart from being my friend, you are also my Shiksha Guru. Thank you for always looking out for me and providing your guidance. Happy 50th birthday, my friend. I love you. Your servant, Venudwani Devidasi. Thank you. Over to Nimai.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Shri Shri Paramakarnitai Gaura Chandra ki. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. So on behalf of my family and my late Nana, I would like to take this opportunity to say a happy 50th birthday to you. So when I first heard the news, I was like, oh my goodness, she's already 50? But she looks so young still. So I'm saying like, all right, well, I guess that's how time flies. It flies without you knowing. So I'd like to also thank you and Prabhudev Prabhu for being a part of the installation ceremony for Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev and Subhadra deities in my household. Please give her a round of applause. So once again, I'd like to wish you a 50th birthday. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Nimai. So if you don't know, Nimai is a pujari of Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. You go to his home, you will see he's performing worship every day. So I'd like to call on maybe like a god sister, another friend of Visakha Mataji, Her Grace Ladini Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Mother Visakha, I want to wish you a happy birthday, and may you live to see many more. I don't know where to begin. 18 years now since I'm at the NPSC, and I will tell you, I know other devotees from other temples are here, but I will tell something that this temple is so special, and all because of the leaders, Mother Visakha and Prabhupada. Mother Visakha possesses all good qualities. Being around for 18 years next to Mother Visakha, I will tell you, she's a special person, very, very special. Humble, always smiling. You won't even know if Mother Visakha is not well. She always looks so humble, so smiling. So I want to wish you a happy birthday. Continue to enjoy the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So I'd like to call on another son of Mother Visakha, Shri Prem Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So, Mother Visakha, I want to wish you a happy pre-50th birthday. Throughout my Krishna conscious life, Mother Visakha played a very special role. When I leave home and came to the temple, I thought I would miss my parents, my mom, and my dad and everything. But when I came here, that was 14 years ago. Yeah, time flies. I didn't realize it was 14 years ago. But I can tell you I was rebellious. I never liked to follow rules at times. But no matter what, she always showed us that love, that caring of a mother. She is always there for us, always giving us everything. And more so in recent time, when I was going to the university, she took me at her home and she cooked every single day for me. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Plus, there is snacks. So thank you very much, Mother Visakha, for always being there for me throughout my entire Krishna conscious life. And even from before then, I always admire you amongst everyone in the family. I must say that you are the one that stands out. So thank you very much for being that person. And on behalf of the Danisar family, a happy birthday to you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Shri Prem. So just before we hear a few thoughts from Mataji, I just like to take this opportunity also. Mataji over the years has been, a mother to me, a mother, in Krishna consciousness you come and you have so many mothers, but, she's very special in my, life and bringing Krishna consciousness. And I also like to take this opportunity on behalf of my parents, my brothers, and my Baujis, my wife, to wish Mataji a very, very happy pre-50th birthday in Krishna consciousness. And as many would have said, Mataji doesn't look, that old, and it's all because of Krishna's mercy and that she can able to serve and to do so much for Srila Prabhupada. And the name Visakha is 7 letters. I just came up with this little acronym of some of our qualities. I will just tell you what are the meanings of the letters, but we can discuss the details later. So Visakha, V, virtuous. I, inspiring. S, selfless. A, attentive. K, kind-hearted. H, humble. And A, aspiring. So thank you very much. That's Mother Visakha. We have Budnarang, Sinarang Prabhu here, who all the way from Barbies. He wants to say a few thoughts.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I would like to say happy 50th birthday to Mother Visakha Mataji. May Krishna shower his blessings upon you like a cluster of stars extending into magnificent qualities upon the universe. And may you live to be 100 years and over in good health and strength. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for being here. So now finally we would like to hear from Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, I think I've spoken a few words for the last 3 days, and then there are no words left now. The whole endeavor that we have taken, first of all, I'd like to thank my husband, Prabhupada Dev Prabhu, who was so instrumental of coming up with this idea and executing it, and everybody would have gotten into it. Thank you all so much. I'm indeed very grateful. I normally don't like people put so much, for me. I mean, I can do it for everybody. But thank you very much. All the love and support that you have given me and shown me, thank you very, very much for that. I'm just grateful that for whatever you have done for me. And I should thank Hari Kirtan. This is actually a dream for me. Not just for him, to just see, these young boys and girls, do these, these katha, get into the stories, know the stories, preach, do something about it. So I don't know if I should challenge you to it, but please, it would be really nice to not just see Hari up there. I'd like to see a few more nice faces up there. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you very much, Mataji. I know many would have already went for prasad, but thank you to everyone who stayed back, and please honor Ekadashi prasad. Hare Krishna.